So Amir's been working on this door. Unfortunately the door was buckled, the skin was buckled. It looks okay now because the stress is out of this. We can use this material. It's 1.5 mil. So what he did was he cut out the centerpiece. You can see there. You can see there where it was all bad as well. And the same I think on the other side. It's not so bad, but it was very badly buckled. There was no way to get it out. So we put a new piece of, he's put a new piece of 1.5 steel in it, into the centre of the door, which is absolutely flat now. Welded it all the way around, and now he's lead loading it. You can see there's the lead loading, and he's going to lead load this side now. And I'll try and get it on camera for you so you can see how it's done. And obviously this will all be knocked back with the file.
Yeah.
And then if you look, if he lifts it up, you can see inside.
I'll do it.
So you can see inside where it's been welded, the whole piece has been welded inside. So what we'll do is knock all this back, and then we'll seal it, because obviously you can only lead load on one side. Obviously if you tried to lead load the two sides, you'd knock off the stuff on the inside or the outside, whichever. So that'll all be cleaned up, and then it'll be sealed. This will all be painted primer white, high build primer white. Then we'll take this strengthener back out and put on the silent coat, and then put this back on again, and then build the outside of the frame back up. But it looks, if you look now with the, I'll show you with the level. For those of you who want to learn German, this is called a Wasserwaage, and you can see there how nice that is. You can see how nice and straight that is in comparison. It was like this. There was a massive thingy in it, and it was about that high off from the centre. You can see how nice that is now in comparison. We had to do this because obviously the wings are straight and flat, and if we had a bulge in the door it would look crazy. What he's doing first is he'll heat up, this is called the tinning, but first of all he'll heat up the panel, and then once the tinning paste is in, he'll then heat it to a point. This is a bit cold, this is why you're getting yellow flame from it. Once it settles down it'll just be blue, and you want the tip right onto the tinning paste. And what will happen is the tinning paste will start to almost boil like sugar. It'll go like a browny colour, and you'll see it start crinkling there. You can see it. You can see how it starts to go kind of brown, and then you just wipe it a little bit. You see how shiny that gets? It's almost like chrome. That means it's tinned correctly. So he'll do that all the way along, and when he's putting the lead on, I'll show you that. Okay, so this is the inside of the panel that's been replaced. You can see all the welds been cut down, and this is a sealant inside. As I said earlier, you can only obviously lead load one side because you can't reheat it, you'll just burn the lead. So what we'll do with this now is this will all be cleaned up, and we'll paint it in filler primer, and I'll turn it over and show you the other side. So the bottom's done. Excuse me for the back. So you can see this is how it looks. So that's the new panel in here. And then what we'll do now is all this that you see on here now, there'll be very little of that left, that filler, by the time we finish. All we're looking for is basically across the lead loading, because when you're lead loading, initially you're using a file, a rough file, to gouge the lead back off, and then a very thin skim of filler. But these doors have to be absolutely flat, so as you can see, that's how it looks at the moment. Next time you see this, or on another video, you'll see how there's very little filler left on it. But you need to get to a point where you've got it flat enough to be able to do that. There'll be the odd touch up here and there, but that now is absolutely flat as a pancake. This was really, really bad. Okay, and on this door here, you can see this is the bottom piece that's been taken off, and now he's going to refit this piece in, put a new piece in and bent ourselves, and then what he'll do then is fill in the door. The gap looks a little bit much to me there, but we can get enough weld in it as long as we don't overheat it. So we do a little bit at a time. That'll be the second door. So when we're doing some lead loading on these, I'll actually film some of the lead loading so you can see. You saw us tinning it, but you haven't seen the lead being put in. But if you want to learn about lead loading, you've never done it before, as I said, I've got 3 videos, basic lead loading 1, 2 and 3, showing doing it flat on the flat down and also vertically and so on. And the other good one to go to is or the other one to go to, which is better than mine, is Trev's Trev's blog. He's brilliant with metalwork. So Trev's blog, if you want to really see a good explanation of how to lead load.